Well, good morning. And I am so glad to be with you this morning on our last session of resiliency, how to be resilient. And like I said, that's something that a lot of people misunderstand, and they think that resiliency is about just standing back up after you've been knocked down. But resiliency is so much more than that, and that's why it's taken 3 sessions. It's really and truly about how you get up and move forward. Good morning. My name is Barbara Britt. I'm a motivational speaker, consultant for businesses, coming in with your company and helping you with culture change, helping you to make a big difference with just a small amount of valuing others and understanding their strengths and talents and allowing them to utilize those. And then I do professional coaching, helping to walk by my clients, right by their sides, helping them with action steps, accountability, and most important thing is listening to what they really want to have for their future and helping them to get there. But today we're going to talk about resiliency. And again, I start off with quotes that I really find that are important, and that's what I'm going to do with today. And so this is one that I have really enjoyed, and now that I've found it, I find that I'm using it a lot. It says, if you can't fly, then run, then walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. And do you not love that? And that's by Martin Luther King Jr. And I love that. You know, when I stand again, my standing position may be on a crawl. You know, it may be wherever it is. Sometimes people think if we don't get up and hit something and more powerfully than we've ever done before, that we're not being resilient. Or some people just think just standing is being resilient. But listen to what it says. If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, keep moving forward. And I want us to think about that today when we're giving you just some tips that should make it a little bit easier for you. And then I love this one, or like I said, I guess I wouldn't read it to you or give it to you if I didn't love it, but it says, Amative Ray says, life throws challenges, but with patience and resilience, you can control every challenge into a new opportunity. Remember, it says you have that opportunity with resilience to control how that's going to be. You can organize it, you can mold it, you can shape it. Is that not the most awesome thing in the whole world? Is that you have that ability to change those opportunities that are going to come to you. Because remember, opportunities are something that you have prepared. You've fallen on the ground and you've gotten back up and you fall down again. And all of a sudden, all that preparation meets opportunity, meets success. And that's what I want you to think about. It's just your journey to success. So let's get started and excited about resiliency today. It says, no matter how you define success, you will need to be resilient. You need to be emotionally in the game. You will need to have authenticity. And this is a word that I love. You will need to be limber. Authenticity, and you will need to be limber to get there. Now, I want to tell you, it just encompasses everything about you, doesn't it? For success. Success just isn't given to you. And it's not given to you after the 3rd try or the 4th try or even the 5th try. Sometimes it takes 10. Sometimes it takes 2. But remember, with resiliency, authenticity, emotional stamina, and limberness, then you too can have success. So I want to think about this on our resiliency. Resiliency is crushing the negative emotion, and it tells you to get up and move. And again, you are not responsible for when you're sitting there or you're creating or you're having all this wonderful things happen in your head. When a negative thought comes into your mind, get up and move. The last 2 times we talked about that. And I mean physically move. Comes to you at 2 in the morning, get up and move. You're in a boardroom meeting and people are talking and this negative thought comes. Get up and move. And don't be afraid to do that talk. You're in that boardroom meeting or you're in this type of meeting and someone gets up there and they're running in your face and they're telling you, you can't do that. You can't. Whatever. Get up and move. Do not let that land on you. Don't let it be something that gets onto your shoulders and weighs you down. You don't have to do that. Remember, be limber, be agile. Get up, be authentic. Think about this. Let people know that you are there to build. You are there to create. You are a creative power. You were created to be creative, to have that force. So I want you to just think about that. Crushing that negative emotion, that flow of negativity that will come to you. Emotional distance yourself from challenges. Sometimes we have to think about this. When I'm in the picture and I'm being challenged, I sometimes can't even see all the nuances of that challenge. They just keep washing over me and I feel like I'm just trying to come above the surface and get a little more air. But think about this, when you're in that, get out of the picture. Just actually step away, take everything and look over it. One of the best things I ever had was at the high school where I taught for Walton Beach High School. We had an artist that did a picture and it was like someone was a giant and they had taken the roof off of the school building and they were looking over it. And you could see kids going to their lockers and you could see this and you could see. So you got to see the nuance of the school. You got to see what the heart of the school, how the veins and arteries, took the blood there and how it was pushed back out and how it gave sustenance to the whole body. So I want you to think about when you're in that picture, realize it and step back and then look into the picture. Just take everything out and so emotionally distance yourself. Come out of there and think, okay. Because a lot of times you're going to find out that you have let that negativity or whatever just sit on top of you and it stops you from being resilient. And we don't want that for you. Remember that this too shall pass. It will pass. It's just like the coronavirus is going to pass. Now, did it pass as soon as we thought it was? Does it look like it might be resurfacing? Whatever, it's going to pass. Because of it, we as Americans, we as human beings all over the world have learned to be more resilient. I mean, if nothing else comes out of this, we have become resilient people. We know how to go this, we know how to go that way. So I want you to think of that. And then the next one is think about finding the silver lining in the whole situation. What's been good? What knocked you down? So when I find the silver lining, maybe it was someone I would have never talked to. Maybe it was an experience I never would have had. I don't care what it is, but find the silver lining. And one of my favorite questions to ask, and people are still kind of probably annoyed that I do it, but I ask you this: what was the best thing to come out of you being quarantined? What was the best thing? Maybe it was more family time. Maybe whatever it was. Maybe it was more time for you to actually release all your negativity and just start breathing again and believing in you again. For me, it was to be able to have experiences I haven't had before. For me, it was to be able to have training that I haven't had time to have. That was the most awesome thing that I got to go in. I met people and I'm around people that make a tremendous difference with me. And then the next one is to practice reappraisal. While your whole thought process is going on, while you're doing something, think about this. Reappraisal. As I'm seeing my life, or as I'm seeing this situation, reappraise it. Was it really that bad? Was it a learning experience? Was it something I needed to learn? Was it, because you've heard people say, that broke me and there's nothing left. Well, there is. And resiliency is for you not to just stand up after you've been knocked down, but to stand up and grow forward with it. So think about reapprising the situation. Maybe think about who you're around. If you're getting constant negativity, maybe it's coming from a source that you don't need to have. Remember, your diet in life is not merely what you eat. It's what you listen to, what you see. It's what you hear. It's the people you surround yourself with. Do you need to do some housekeeping so that you can be resilient, so you can be hopeful? And then find the benefits. Find the benefits. You know, what are some just strong benefits that you have received? Because that's what's going to help us to get back up. And no, I'm not looking through everything with rose-colored glasses. That's not what it's about. But to be resilient and not just merely stand up, but to be resilient and grow from it, to actually gain strength, to think about picking yourself up off that floor and to feel that strength come through you. That's what we're talking about. And the last thing is, run at it. You know, sometimes you just have to take a leap of faith and run at it. Just mow it down and run at it and get to the other side and go, hey, that wasn't too bad. I'm resilient. I can make a difference. And then I'll tell you what, grab out someone else's hand and take them with you. Because you know what? Together we can do anything. And when we're by ourselves, it's just a little bit harder. So think about that. Who needs your hand so that they can become resilient just like you? Thank you again for joining me. Again, I'm Barbara Britt, a motivational speaker with action steps, a business consultant, and a professional coach. And I'm so glad that you took this time to be with me today. Thank you.